Welcome back to Justice, and it's time for the panel. American Conservative Chairman Matt Schlapp and former Ohio Congressman and Fox News contributor and one-time candidate for president. Democratic candidate for president. All right, guys, let's talk about what we've been seeing, and I kind of want to focus on the president's speech just for a moment. I know that you had some thoughts about the speech, Dennis. A Democrat, you ran for president. What'd you think of it?
Well, things I've been talking about for 30 and more years about doing something about these trade agreements that are causing our cities to be hollowed out and factories to be closed, about standing up for the American worker, about rebuilding the infrastructure, put millions of people back to work, about stopping the foreign interventions or wasting trillions of dollars abroad. He covered those points. And frankly, I think that it's important for America to read what he said, not just hear it, but to read what he said and to consider that there might be some way that we can bring this country together on the kind of principles that he laid out in the inaugural.
Wait a minute, you're a Democrat.
That's right.
Okay, and I was in the middle of, I think, hundreds of thousands of Democrats yesterday, if not left, socialist, whatever, and you liked the speech. Ben Stein didn't like the speech.
Well, here's the thing. Look, I reserve the right to disagree with him on anything, and I reserve the right to agree with him as well. And so I felt that when
Did you think it was dark?
No, not at all.
Did you take offense at America First?
I gave a speech like that in 1984.
And no one called him a racist when he did it.
Of course not. Of course not.
So look, but I think
what do we want? America fourth or fifth?
Yeah, I said if not us, then who?
Yeah.
Well, the point being that the issues that he talked about in his inaugural address were things that relate to people's aspirations. They want a good education for their kids. They want jobs. They want the good life. And how do you do that? Well, we've got to do something about the trade problems. We've got to quit wasting our money abroad on all these adventures.
All right. So, what do you think? I mean,
look,
quickly.
I'm a conservative Republican. You're considered a progressive Democrat. I think Donald Trump talked to the real voters who are out there. And you know what? When 2/3 of the country think this country is on the wrong track, Judge, it's okay to understand they're hurting and they're having trouble getting by.
But what he talked about, when he talked about drugs and gangs and rusted out factories, crime, he talked about, everybody said that was dark. No, that's
real.
reality
That's
for
real.
so many Americans.
Yeah.
When's the last time we've had a president talk about the inner cities? I mean, really, this is where I come from. I was mayor of Cleveland.
When Bill Clinton does it, he's compassionate. When a Republican does it, it's dark. I don't understand that.
All right, let's move on. So, the sky's falling. Again, the protest. There were people in the middle of that protest. I said to them, look, and you'll see it in Street Justice at the end of the show, when they were like, I said, why are you here? Well, we want to maintain our rights. Like, what in particular? Our women's rights. Like, we have the right to vote. We're okay. Roe versus Wade is okay. Well, they're going to change everything. Well, it's not just Donald Trump. It's Congress. It's the Senate. It's the House. But it's all Donald Trump's fault. What is going on that there is so much hatred? And even I asked them questions repeatedly. If Donald Trump did what you wanted, would you give him credit? And Matt, not a one would say yes.
That doesn't surprise me because I know you said earlier that this is part of democracy, and I agree with you. A lot of people in my family who I had political disagreements with were out there as well. But all this was about, it seems to be, how it looks like to the American people is that they're having trouble getting over their election loss. I think a lot of those people today were very excited about Hillary Clinton being president. But most Americans weren't. And she actually didn't connect to voters. And the fact is this, Donald Trump, if he can get the economy moving and protect us from these radicals overseas, all those people protesting today, they're going to be thankful.
You're a Democrat. Will they ever be happy, Dennis? Will they ever be grateful? Will they ever give him credit? Forget happy.
The country is going through a paroxysm right now, of the likes of which we haven't seen. You know, there's a kind of a shakeout in the way people feel about politics. It's a realignment.
It's a realignment.
People are having real difficulty with the results of the election, and it's a slow, you know, it's going to take a while for them to work it out.
And the Democratic Party has a base now that is very, very left-wing, and it's at war with its working-class roots. And those working-class Democrats are moving the Republicans. and they're going to let the wackos have the Democratic Party, and they can run it.
Are the two-party system, is it dead? Is the two-party system dead?
No, but the types of voters that are aligning with each party is changing.
Well, you know, Donald Trump addressed the issues of the fact that political parties have broken down.
Yeah,
and
I think they have.
And, you know, you ask about the two-party system. I say it's a great idea. We ought to have it, but we don't. It's been a one-party system, and it's been...
But the Democrats almost nominated a socialist, and we nominated somebody who hadn't been a Republican for all that long. That's quite a statement.
And not only that, we nominated someone never held office, was so much an outsider, never even worked in the government. So I think it is a new horizon. Okay.
And we need to find some ways to bring the country together. This is a very dangerous time.
Well, you know what? Donald Trump didn't divide the country. Somebody ought to admit it quick. 10 seconds.
He and I actually agree on a lot of this. I don't know if that's frightening or not, but I think
it's a good thing.
Yeah.
All right, Matt Schlapp, Dennis Kucinich, thanks so